thought that you had to be there to really know what I'd be talking about. It's kind of like a joke, you just had to be there. So I guess my strong thing that came across to me was the relationships that I built with our fellow church people. One that stands out the most is the day that Tanya prayed before a meal. And even thinking about it right then, it just brought me to tears. And so you've heard of the gifts of the Spirit, where you've got prophecy and you've got healing. She's got the gift of prayer. So if you need some prayer, then you go to Tanya and you pray with her, because I'm telling you, she's got a strong, close spirit and a close walk with God. The other thing is Deborah Davidson here, she commented that, well, isn't it going to be neat because we're going to be all so close after this? And she's right. We were all a team, and we were all there for a common cause, but we were closer. I didn't even have to say anything to Joni or Judy or Pastor Bill or my sister. We just worked like a well-oiled machine, varnishing and sanding and all those kinds of things. We just did our thing. When we did the St. John's bread line, John and me and Joni, and Brandy, I think she pitched in a little bit later. We were there cleaning the chickens, and it was so freezing cold in the chickens, and they were slippery. And then I got hot because we were working so hard. The highlight of my time was the time I got to go to the freezer, because it cooled me off. Ask Joni. I said, oh, that was worth it because I got to go to the freezer. And Kat and Brandy, I got a new side of them that I never saw before. Brandy, she's a helper. She picked up all of our plates at meal times. I was like looking at her like, what does she do? And she's picking up all the trash. And I don't know, it was just kind of funny that we all pitched in and showed our strengths. And so if you have a chance to go on a mission trip, whether it's to Springfield, Illinois, or I don't want to say South Africa because there's problems there with disease. But if it's worth the time to go, if nothing else, just because you get to know your fellow church people more. Judy's a workhorse, I tell you. She can do it all. She doesn't talk a whole lot, but I did get to know her a lot better. She's worked at a telephone company and retired early and travels everywhere. They winter in Texas. I just got to know a whole bunch about her. And it was fun. And so we're Facebook friends. And she sent pictures, posted pictures on Facebook. So if you're her Facebook friend, you saw them. But I also have a PowerPoint that I got back there. So if Judy, you want to highlight anything. Okay. Well, we'll hit it.
You need to tell them what you want.
Hey, just show me. And it's up there, and the words are there, and
there's 15 things on that disc. You need to tell them what it is.
Well, it's a PowerPoint. There's only, and it's called Judy and Bill Asbury. So yeah. It's not a rocket science thing here. Yeah, Brandy, you talk first. The cleanup girl.
I've been thrown under the bus. Well, I had lots of nice things to say until I got up here, and now I'm just kind of like, well, it was kind of like Val was talking about how nice heaven and stuff is. I think while I was there, I kind of got a glimpse of it. Because there were so many horrible things in the world, so many sad things, and we focused mostly on that. But even though it's small, it's in the MMTC warehouse. It was beautiful. When I see that place, and when I was there, I saw love. Like that building, those people, they were love. There is so much work and effort put into it, and when you see all the stuff that's there, buckets, desks, little kits, all that was brought by so many different people from all over. And those are pieces of love from those people. It shows that people care. So it was just a very beautiful experience being there. My highlight, it was really nice getting to know everyone, because I tend to follow Stephanie around like a little shadow. So it was nice kind of not having her there because I'm not, well, Stephanie, hide me. No, it was, hi everybody. So it was just wonderful, and it was nice getting to know everyone so well, and it was just pretty awesome. So, yeah.
Did you not find it?
We found it, but you can't get it on the screen.
Oh, special, well, that's all right, you can describe it. Sure.
One of the highlights while we were there after everybody left was one day 30 kids from a school came in and they washed flood buckets. And it was just neat to see these kids. They put out buckets of water in a row and the kids lined up on either side and then just went down the way. Each kid just put it in the water, took it out, rinsed it again, and then wiped it off. And it was just really cool to see all those kids. They're working together to do these flood buckets. And Bill and I had a wonderful time. We met a lot of nice people. The people that are running the warehouse this month were very nice, very willing to help in any way they could. They would show you everything they could show you. And it was just a real pleasant experience to be with all of them. And it was pleasant to be with our group too. We had a wonderful time.
Sorry, Judy.
One experience that Deborah and I had, and Daryl, was at the St. John Bread Line. We were touched by the mothers who brought their children probably twice a day who had nothing, and they'd have to walk blocks with their children. A couple of them were infants, to get food. And how blessed we are. We take it for granted that we can go in our kitchen, open our icebox, and have food. And yet these people have little or nothing. And St. John Bread Line feeds 500 people a day, roughly, and they said even more this year. About 250 for lunch, about 250 for supper. But we were touched. We were the cleanup crew out by the tables, and it was touching to see those young mothers with their children and their courage just to be there, and their children were so well behaved. Thank you. Do you want to say something? Bill has an answer. Thank you.
One thing that I think if all 15 people seen at one time when we was there, they had a semi-truck backed up and they just started loading it to take it to Mexico. The 10 bicycles we took are on that truck. I got photos of it at the end, and they had to strap the boxes in from the back. Had to put straps in to hold them in. And they had some big boards there so they wouldn't fall out. They stacked on top of that. They got another strap across tying them in. Then they took a fork truck, put a skid on it, and then the guys